different kind of the question. So for here, the thing is that we need to write the missing words, or else we can say fill in the gaps. But here is kind of easy because here we have the box here. Huh? So like all of that, we don't need to think about something else. Yes. So last week I saw a really great film. Yeah. So instead of saying a really great film, what else more we can say here?
A nice film.
Yes, a really nice film, right? Good job. What else more? A really nice film. Yes. When I, number two,
When I went to
yes,
the cinema.
yes, when I went to the cinema, right? Correct. Yes. So in went to the cinema is actually you are talking about past tense. So how about present tense?
Go to the cinema.
Go to the cinema, right? Okay. It was, right? It was about a kind man. So similarly with a kind man, what can we say more?
A good man.
A good man. Yes, correct, right? Good. A kind man, a good man. What else more?
A great and a nice man.
A nice man. A nice man. Right? Who lived in an unusual house. Okay, unusual. What does it mean, unusual?
Bất bình thường.
Okay, yeah, so unusual. How do we explain that in English? Unusual.
It's not uh, it's not normal.
Yes, it's not normal, right? It's strange. It's not normal. It's strange. Okay, with his two children, they
Were they were
yes, they were, right? Lynn said they were very poor. Okay, so were here the present tense will be
are
are. And how about was here? Is correct. Yes. But the man was an engineer and he
invented. Invented.
invented lots of exciting things for them. So exciting. What else more we can say beside exciting things? Similarly with interesting. Interesting. Yes, or lots of interesting things for them. One day. Okay, now can you read for Mr. Bảo Hưng from one day to make it special?
One day he bought a really old car, which used to be a racing car. The engine didn't work and there was no tires on the wheels. He worked hard and repaired it and made it special.
Okay, yes. The engine didn't work, right? The engine, what does it mean, the engine? Engine. The engine.
Máy.
Yeah, right. The system inside didn't work, huh? And there were no tires on the wheels. No tire? What does it mean? No tires on the wheels. No tires.
Không có lốp xe.
Yes, no tires on the wheels. He worked hard to repair it, huh? To fix it and make it special. Okay, number 6. Can you read and do that for Miss Simlin when it was ready?
When it was ready, he decided to drive the car to a beach for a picnic.
Yes, so to drive, right? So why don't we put he decided to drove, but we say to drive? Do you know that why? Like we put he drive, right? But why don't we say he decided to drove? Or both are correct? Or which one is correct and why? Tell me, and explain to me. Drive or drove? Which one is correct? Or both are correct?
Drive.
Drive. Dạ Hân just say. Why is that, Dạ Hân? Why is that? Why? Because we already make the tense here decided, right? Mình đã chia thì rồi mà đúng không tụi con? Thì làm sao mà mình chia thì nữa? That's the first thing. The second thing is that he decided to. Remember, to, it means that to verb bear infinitive. To drive. Tụi con nhớ là đằng sau cái chữ to nó phải là nguyên mẫu chứ, right? I go to school to learn. I go to the store to buy things. Thì sau cái chữ to đó nó có quá khứ, nó có tiếp diễn hay nó có gì đi chăng nữa thì cũng là I go to school to what? To study. Hoặc là tụi con có thể nhớ đó là để làm cái gì á. I go to school to learn. I go to the library to read. I go to the bookstore to buy things. Tôi đến đó để làm gì? He decided to drive, right? Yes. The car to a beach for a picnic. Các bạn nhớ cái lỗi này cho Miss Tim nghe, bởi vì nhiều khi viết á, lúc mà bây giờ thì ok nhưng mà lúc mà tụi con viết lại sai, tụi con viết lại nhiều khi tụi con viết là drove, tụi con đã chia rồi tụi con lại chia thêm lần nữa, nó là sai. He decided to drive the car to a beach for a picnic. Okay. Number 7. Bảo Hân.
He took his children with him and they were driving up a road through the hills when the car suddenly flew into the air.
Okay, so here 7 will be driving for Miss Tin, right? And 8 flew. Okay, flew into the air. Flew into the air. So present tense should be fly into the air. Fly into the air. What does it mean? Yes, right. It's kind of like it's shoot. It's like it's put into the air, like, or you can say I fly the kite into the air. So remember that at this point they use the preposition into. I fly into the air. I fly the kite into the air. Into the air. Yes. So it means what happened with him? What happened? What happened? If we just read until here, okay, like we don't need to care about something later on, but if we just read like suddenly the car suddenly like flew into the air, so how you imagine that kind of scene? How can you imagine, for Miss Tin? Is it a good thing or is a bad thing happen?
It's a good thing.
Huh?
I think it's good thing.
It's a good thing? How about you, Bảo Hân?
I think it's bad.
It's bad thing. It can be a bad thing because like the car flew into the air. It means like we don't know what's gonna happen, right? It can be like like up to the air. Yes, but let's read a little bit more to see. When the car suddenly flew into the air, yes, because we are drawing in past simple tense. That's why we say here flew. It had large wings and it could. Yeah, Hân?
It had large wings and it could fly.
And it could fly. Why we put fly here but not flew, not flying? Why is that? Do you know? Can you explain for me?
Because it have could. Yeah.
Yes, because we say could, right? Can, could, may, might. They are modal verbs. So after modal verbs, you need to put for missing that verb bare infinitive. Verb bare infinitive, what does it mean? Missing sẽ rất là hay nói từ này và Missing sẽ nói là sẽ giải thích chỗ này chút xíu để sau này các bạn sẽ hiểu nhé. Yes, right? Verb nguyên mẫu. Yes, okay. So the children couldn't believe it. Okay, so couldn't believe it. What does it mean? Couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it in my eyes. So what does it mean? I couldn't believe it. Like is. Well, what happened?
Không thể tin được.
It's hard to believe, right? Okay. They were what? Yehan, can you read for me from they were to castle?
Okay. They were flying like birds high up in the sky.
Okay.
After a few
hours,
they arrived at the strange castle.
Yes. At a strange castles, right? Okay. So why we put here verb ing?
Because it's a verb.
Yes, right? Because this is past continuous. This is past continuous thì gì đây ta?
Quá khứ tiếp diễn.
Yes, correct, right? So that's why we put they were flying like birds high up in the sky. After a few hours, Lynn, can you make for me scene 11?
After a few hours, they arrived at a strange castle. A very unkind man was living in the castle, and he tried to take this car.
Okay, so that's kind of like interesting, right? In the castle, remember castle, not castle. No, castle. Okay. A very unkind man was
living.
Was living. Okay, good. The last one, Bảo Hân, can you read for me if you want to know?
If you want to know what happened next, you will have to go and see the film.
You have to go and see the film. Okay, or yes, you have to go and see the film. So now why go here? We put go, not going, not went. Why's that? Why is that?
Because it's future tense.
Because it's also after have to. Remember, have to for missing is kind of like similar with can, could, may, might. After modal verbs, you put for missing the bare infinitive. So that's why you say I have to go. Or remember the example. I have to go now. So after have to is always verb bare infinitive. Chỗ này Missing dặn lại một lần nữa, đó là sau cái modal verbs đó, tụi con sau cái can, could, may, might, will, would, have to, ought to, always, verb bare infinitive. Okay? Yes. So that's it. So now Missing would like you go to the live worksheet for me.